Guys, this is MrJoshiej, and I welcome you to the MrJoshiej Football Show 4. So, right, just before I kick off the show, I have a huge announcement to make. I have hit 250 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. Yes, 250 subscribers. And last week I hit the 400th upload mark. So that means, yep, a Q&A is on the way very soon. Definitely this week. I'll definitely do a Q&A video this week where you can comment on the video and that. So, of course, again, if you're watching live, do not comment anything in the live box, because this is the MrJoshiej Football Show. 250 subs. Thank you very much, guys. It means a lot. You know, you help the MrJoshiej YouTube channel grow. And without you guys, there's no way I'll be making YouTube videos. Okay, right, so on to the show. Now, the first game I'm going to talk about is the match that took place Friday night. Chelsea versus Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, where it was 2-1 to Liverpool. And I have to say, Liverpool looked absolutely dominant. They really did. You know, they were just, Liverpool were just sensational. You know, in the first half, they just completely outplayed Chelsea. Jordan Henderson scored an absolute fantastic goal. Hit it from the halfway line, and it went in the net. What a hit that was. That was just, wow, amazing. Run scored the first goal, then Henderson on the 36th minute. Then second half, Chelsea started to get back in the game, where Diego Costa scored again in the 61st minute. So 2-1 to Liverpool. Great win for Jurgen Klopp. Not so great news for Chelsea. I gotta say, Liverpool, with no European football this season, they could definitely be a team to watch out for. Absolutely, they could. Now, next I'm going to talk about West Brom versus West Ham. Just what is going on with West Ham's defence at the moment is absolutely shocking. You know, again, poor showing by West Ham. Kadir with a penalty in the 8th minute, Rondon in the 37th minute and in the 56th minute, and McLean in the 44th minute. The goal scorers to West Ham, Antonio and Lassini penalty. West Brom 4-0 up, but West Ham did score 2 goals. Now, going forwards, West Ham look quite dangerous in that, but their defence is absolutely awful. I mean, just what's happened to them? Yes, I know they've had injuries and that, but you just can't keep using that as an excuse. West Ham's defending is awful, really is. And Silvan Bilic must sort it ASAP. Otherwise, really, West Ham are going to be nowhere this season. They're absolutely sensational last season, West Ham. You know, they finished, where was it? They finished 5th, I believe. It was 5th. No, wait, sorry, that's my team. We finished 5th. 7th, yeah, Southampton. No, West Ham finished 7th, sorry. Yep. Great win for West Brom, you know, Anthony Pulis, but as for West Ham, absolute shambolic defending. He was. Next game I'm going to talk about is Crystal Palace versus Stoke City. Crystal Palace 4, Stoke City 1. The losing streak continues for Stoke City. You know, At the foot of the table, big problems. Goals for Crystal Palace, Tompkins, Dan, MacArthur and Townsend. All great goals they were, but Stokes defending is absolutely awful. That team is low on confidence. They really, really are. And Mitrovic scored in added on time for Stoke City to get a consolation goal. But, you know, Stoke City, they had a bad start last year, but it looks like this year they're really, really struggling for some reason. And I really hope that Sparky Hughes can sort it out. Otherwise, Stoke are in big trouble this season, and that's such a shame to see. So great win for the Eagles. You know, their first big win for ages and ages. So, yep, Crystal Palace score, Stoke won. Great win for Crystal Palace. Next game, I'm going to talk about Hull versus Arsenal. It's now been offered the Hull City job full time. It was Hull City 1, Arsenal 4. Arsenal goal scorers Sanchez in the 17th minute. Then in the 83rd minute, Walcott in the 55th minute. And their new player, Shire. What, I can't quite pronounce it. In the 90th plus 2 minutes. For Hull City, Liverpool with a red card and Snodgrass with a penalty. Good win for Arsenal, you know. Their new signings look decent. Perez and that player who scored in the 92nd minute. So, good win for Arsenal. And for Hull City, decent performance again, but just a task too far. Arsenal were absolutely superb. They really, really were superb, Arsenal. So, 4-1 win. Right now, next game I'm going to talk about Man City 4, Bournemouth 0. Iheanacho, Sterling, Jorgan, Lamito. Red card, sorry. Yep, he got a red card for Lamito. I have to say, Manchester City continue their 100% start to the season. Absolutely superb from them. You know, they're looking very, very good. You know, Pep Guardiola's come in, and he seems to got rid of the Manuel Pellegrini hangover, and Manchester City look very, very decent. You know, they really, really do. 4-0 for the Cherries. Well, they tried, but at the end of the day, Manchester City just too good for them. Right now, next game, Leicester 3, Burnley 0. Salami, what? The trouble is, there's so many, like, to pronounce. I began to get some of them wrong. So, Salami in the 45th plus 1 minute, and in the 48th minute, and me with an own goal made the score. Leicester 3, Burnley 0. So good win for the champions. Had an amazing win in the Champions League. So it's Leicester starting to pick themselves up again, which is absolutely fantastic. I was hopeful they would, and they're clearly shown that they can pick up form. So 3-0 win, good win. As for Burnley, you know, they've not really scored any goals since causing an upset at Turf Moor when they beat Liverpool 2-0. But since then, they hardly scored any goals. And Alan Shearer said on Match Today they're not creating enough in front of goal, which is true because they've not really scored since then. So, wait, they might have scored in a Hull City match. Yeah, I think they did. Apart from that, they're not really creating enough Burnley in the moment. So that's not very good news for them. But good win for the champions as the Foxes look on the up again. Everton 3, Middlesbrough 1. Another great win for Ronald Koeman's side. Everton have had their best start to the season since the 1960s, I believe. So that's a really good achievement for them. Barry in the 24th minute, Coleman in the 42nd minute, and Romelu Lukaku in the 45th plus 1 minute, and for Middlesbrough, a Stekelberg own goal. Everton, Ronald Koeman's come in and they look absolutely fantastic. They're performing really, really well, which is good to see. Nice to see Everton doing well. So they've had a few mediocre seasons for Everton. Middlesbrough, they've had a decent start to the season, but, really decent starts to the season for them. But for Middlesbrough, just Everton were too good on the day. Simple as that. Right. Now the next game on to Sunday's fixtures. Well, there's one fixture I'm going to miss out for sure is the Watford versus Manchester United game, because I do not talk about Manchester United during the MrJoshiej football show. Nope, I talk about other teams. It's not about my team, Manchester United. It's about you guys, football teams, other teams you support and that. So, yep. Just try and get back to Sunday's fixtures. Computer's been a bit slow. Typical. Yep. Tottenham won, Sunderland 0. Harry Kane with the only goal in that match. Went off with a bad injury, so I hope he's okay. Great win for Tottenham, but as for Sunderland and David Moyes, it's still been a bit of a struggle. Southampton won, Swansea 0. Charlie Austin with a goal. Southampton now out of relegation zone with a win against Swansea. Swansea City had an okay-ish start to the season, drawn to Chelsea, but then did lose at the weekend to Southampton. But apart from that, not a bad start to the season for Swansea. Right, they were Sunday's lunches, and I think it's time for me to read the Premier League table before I go on to the Sky Bet Football League. Right, at the top of the Premier League table, we have Man City in first place with 15 points. In second, a huge surprise to see in second place is Everton with 13 points. In third, we have Tottenham with 11 points. In fourth, Arsenal with 10 points. Fifth, Chelsea with 10 points. Sixth, Liverpool with 10 points. Seventh and fallen are Manchester United with 9 points. In eighth, Crystal Palace with 7 points. In ninth, Watford with 7 points. 10th, West Brom with 7 points. And moving up the table are champions Leicester in 11th with 7 points. And in 12th and fallen are Hull City with 7 points. In 13th and fallen are Middlesbrough with 5 points. In 14th, climbing the table are Southampton with 5 points. 15th, Swansea with 4 points. 16th, Burnley with 4 points. 17th, Bournemouth with 4 points. 18th, West Ham with 3 points. 19th, Sunderland with 1 point. And then at the foot of the table, Stoke City in 20th with 1 point. So, table, get on Sky Bet Football League in a minute. Sky Bet Championship. Results. Here we go. Cardiff 0, Leeds 2. Back-to-back wins for Gary Monk. That's great news for Leeds United. Barnsley 1, Reading 2. Blackburn 4, Rotherham 2. Blackburn up to winning ways for the first time this season, so that's good news for Owen Coyle. Brentford 5, Preston 0. Bristol City 1, Derby County 1. Burton Albion 0, Brighton 1. Huddersfield 2, QPR 1. Ipswich 0, Aston Villa 0. Newcastle 0, Wolves 2. Nottingham Forest 1, Norwich City 2. Wigan 0, Fulham 0. Birmingham 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. And the table in the Championship is top of the table. We have Huddersfield with 19 points. In second, Norwich City with 17 points. In third, we have Newcastle with 15 points. In fourth, Barnsley with 15 points. In fifth, Birmingham City with 15 points. Sixth, Brentford with 14 points. In seventh, Brighton Hove Albion with 14 points. Eighth, Reading with 14 points. Ninth, Fulham with 13 points. In 10th, Wolves with 12 points. 11th, Ipswich Town with 12 points. In 12th, Bristol City with 11 points. 13th, Nottingham Forest with 11 points. 14th, Sheffield Wednesday with 11 points. 15th, Leeds United with 10 points. 16th, Queen's Park Rangers with 10 points. 17th, with 9 points. 18th, Aston Villa with 8 points. In 19th, Preston with 6 points. 20th, Derby with 6 points. 21st, Rotherham United with 6 points. 22nd, Wigan with 5 points. 23rd, Blackburn Rovers with 5 points. And at the foot of the table in 24th, we have Cardiff City with 5 points. Right, on to Sky Bet League 2. Sorry, Sky Bet League 1. Come on, computer. Just read out all the results now. When my computer decides to load up. Come on, computer. Fixtures. Wait, let's go back to football. Sorry, I completely messed this up tonight, haven't I? Trouble is, it's my computer being a bit slow, but anyway. Here we go, results. This should get me back to where I want to be, Sky Bet League 1. Here we go, Sky Bet League 1, found it. Right, Brentford 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Charlton Town 1, Wimbledon 2, Chesterfield 3, Northampton 1, Coventry 0, Oldham 0, MK Dons 0, Oxford United 0, Port Vale 2, Gillingham 1, Rochdale 2, Fleetwood 1, Sheffield United 1, Peterborough 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, Scunthorpe 1, Southend 3, Millwall 1, Swindon 1, Bury 2, Walsall 1, Bolton 0. And the Sky Bet League 2 table updates. Here we go. Yeah, at the top of the table we have Scunthorpe United with 17 points. In second with 15 points. Third, Bury with 14 points. Fourth, Bradford with 14 points. Fifth, Port Vale with 14 points. Sixth, Sheffield United with 13 points. Seventh, Fleetwood Town with 12 points. Eighth, Millwall with 12 points. Ninth, Peterborough with 11 points. 10th, Chesterfield with 11 points. 11th, Northampton Town with 11 points. 12th, Oxford United with 11 points. 13th, Gillingham with 11 points. 14th, Charlton with 10 points. 15th, Bristol Rovers with 10 points. 16th, Walsall with 9 points. 17th, MK Dons with 9 points. 18th, AFC Wimbledon with 18 points. 19th, Oldham with 8 points. 20th, Swindon Town with 8 points. 21st, Southend with 8 points. 22nd, Shrewsbury with 8 points. 23rd, Rochdale with 6 points. 24th, Coventry City with 5 points. Right, so Sky Bet League 2. The West Country Derby, Exeter 0, Plymouth 2, Accrington 1, Portsmouth 0, Barnet 1, Colchester United 1, Blackpool 2, Carlisle 2, Cambridge 1, Morecambe 2, Cheltenham 2, Notts County 3, Crawley 2, Luton 0, Doncaster 2, Newport 0, Grimsby 0, Crewe 2, Hartlepool United 0, Mansfield 0, Leyton Orient 0, Yeovil 1, Wickham 1, Stevenage 0. And now the Sky Bet League 2 table. Top of the table we have Plymouth Argyle with 18 points. In second, Doncaster Rovers with 16 points. In third, Crewe with 15 points. Fourth, Morecambe Town with 15 points. Fifth, Portsmouth with 14 points. Sixth, Colchester United with 14 points. Seventh, Luton Town with 13 points. 8th, Carlisle United with 12 points. 9th, Mansfield Town with 12 points. In 10th, Leyton Orient with 11 points. In 11th, Accrington Stanley with 11 points. 12th, Notts County with 11 points. 13th, Crawley Town with 11 points. 14th, Barnet with 10 points. 15th, Grimsby Town with 10 points. 16th, Stevenage with 10 points. 17th, Hartlepool with 10 points. 18th, Blackpool with 9 points. 19th, Wickham with 8 points. 20th, Cheltenham Town with 7 points. 21st, Yeovil Town with 7 points. 22nd, Newport Town with 6 points. 23rd, Exeter City with 6 points. And then in 24th, Cambridge United with 3 points. Okay, so that's the end of the Football League. Now, on to tonight's Capital One Cup results, or the English Football League Cup now, whatever it's called. Bournemouth 2, Preston 3. Preston causing an upset. Brighton 1, Reading 2. Derby 0, Liverpool 3. Everton 0, Norwich City 2. Leeds United 1, Blackburn 0. Leicester City 2, Chelsea 4. Newcastle 2, Wolves 0. And then finally, Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 4. So all of those teams who won tonight are through to the 4th round, the League Cup. Yep. Now we look onto tomorrow's fixtures. If I can find them. Stop going to sleep, computer. It's since my computer's updated, you know, done a massive update, it keeps going blank for some reason, but there you go. Upcoming fixtures. Right, tomorrow we have Fulham versus Bristol City, Northampton Town versus Manchester United. A must-win game for Jose Mourinho. It really is. QPR versus Sunderland, Southampton versus Crystal Palace, Swansea versus Man City, West Ham versus Accrington Stanley, Stoke versus Hull City, and Tottenham versus Gillingham. Okay, so now tomorrow night's fixtures for the English Football League Cup. Okay, that brings an end to this week's MrJoshiej football show. In the comments, please let me know how your team got on in the weekend. And are you happy with your team? Are you not happy? What would you like to see improved? And also, once again, thank you so much for 250 subscribers. Absolutely fantastic. Can't thank you guys enough. You know, you help make me continue on YouTube and feel motivated, because without you guys, I'll be gone. Simple as that. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Sorry if I've been a bit lots of words tonight, you know, just don't know why, but struggling to think the right words to come up with tonight. You know, been a long day at work and I went swimming, so yeah, apologies if I fluffed my lines tonight. Not quite gone to plan tonight, I think, but I hope you enjoyed this show anyway. And join me tomorrow night for my Northampton Town versus Manchester United review, where hopefully we will get back to winning ways. Once again, thanks so much for watching, everybody. You have yourselves a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.